Okay, for this week, showing you guys how to do the drawing to digital design of it. Okay, so right here, I took a picture of the Snorlax design and it's over by the chalkboard. So I got this one, so I'm going to download it. I've already downloaded it and it's on my desktop right here. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Photoshop. And if you notice, my Photoshop is older. That's fine. Could be any version of Photoshop really with this process. Okay, so then what I want to do, I want to go File, Open Recent, Clear Recent Files, New File, 15 by 15, 72 resolutions, RGB color, Create. Now, remember, the big reason why I want to do 15 by 15 is so then all my sizes are within the same range. Okay, so I'm going to go Open, going to go to Desktop, going to go to my Snorlax. All right, so when I do this, I'm actually going to go to my rectangle tool, select them all, go move that up to get a clause right there. Control C, Control V. If you notice, I got to press Control T to resize it because when I take a picture of it on my phone, it's ginormous. Okay, so I'm going to start sizing it down. Start sizing it down. Okay, and my lines are actually kind of dark. So keep that in mind. If you're sketching it, you kind of want to do the lines a little bit darker at first. There's ways to bring it into visual really easy now, okay? So I want to go to Image, Adjustments, Brightness, and Contrast. Go and pump up the brightness, pump up the contrast to make those lines really solid, okay? Now, if you notice, if I pump them all the way up, I am losing some of the visibility of it. So I want to go into Image, Adjustments, Levels. This part here, the input level, this is what I want to adjust. So it makes them a little bit darker. Just adjust those. I always say play around with it, see what you can do with it. So I want those as dark as I possibly can. And the other thing too is if I really get zesty, I could go into Filter, Filter Gallery, Poster's Edge. And then kind of make my thickness here, intensity. Just want to make them darker, posterizing 6. Press OK. See how dark that is now? That's going to be really good for when I take it over to Illustrator. So I'm going to go Layer, Flatten Image, File, Save As on your computer. Desktop, I'm going to put it as PNG, and I'm going to put Snorlax Demo. I'm going to go Save. Okay. There we go. Close Photoshop. Go into my programs. Go into Illustrator. If you notice, my Illustrator is old school. I love that picture. I miss that picture. It's dope. So then I'm going to go New File, 15 by 15, 15 by 15, CMYK, Color, Create. So I have everything I need here. Remember, all I need is properties. If you have anything else on, turn it off. So I'm going to go Open, and I'm going to go to Desktop, and Snorlax Demo. Click on it, press Control C, Control V. Notice how perfectly it fits into the canvas because they talk to each other, okay? Now I'm going to go into Windows Image Trace, and I'm going to go into here. Could start off with, let's see how black and white logo looks. Looks pretty zesty. I could tone this up to kind of make the lines a little bit thicker. There we go. That looks pretty good, pretty solid. Now what I want to do is expand, ungroup. I want to get rid of the white because I don't need it. Okay. Don't need it. And with the new color method of Josh, it actually makes this much easier. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so all I got to do now is close these circles. Okay. So I'm going to go to my direct select, double click, pull any of the points down, and just close these lines. With the shape builder tool, this would have taken forever. But with Josh, he was zesty enough. He found a way to do it. And honestly, he's very modest, but he is the one that made it just perfect. Okay. Just like Sergio last year with the image trace tool, this year it's Josh. It's looking good. I'm just closing these points. Just closing these points. I might actually fast forward these when it comes to the actual video. Don't know. It is a flex day after all, so I'm going to try to get this done as quick as I can. There we go. And I've been drawing the same way since I was a kid, so I always have these little breaks. So I've always had to go back in here and check them. The shape builder tool, it was a nightmare. Now it's like, yes, this is nice. Old habits die hard. I still put them point to point, and it's like, oh man, I should be actually okay with that one. But just in case. Oops. Control Z. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. See, that's the white that I was trying to get rid of earlier. It's okay. There we go. Things looking solid. Just double check it. There we go. Double click. Yeah, the shape builder tool was definitely one that I was not happy with last year because during sixth period, I tell you, every other period worked like a dream. Sixth period, it just would not work. It would not close. So everything looks good here, okay? So now I could start to design the sticker layout. So what I'm going to do is press Control A, go to Group, group it, go up to Object, Expand, okay, Object, Live Paint, Make. Now with the letter K on my keyboard, I could go through here, Careful, if you go on the line, you will repaint the line. So just be mindful of that. I got the perfect shade earlier. It's close. So I'm just going to start coloring them. The letter K on my keyboard. I also have these quick keys on the board next to period 6. So I'm just pressing K and just coloring it. I'm going to change soft underbelly. There we go. Give him pink mouth. Give it a little adjustment. Boom, boom. Everything looks good. Cool. So I got all this. This is all grouped. Cool. So I'm going to go over here to my shape tool, put a circle right about here where it gets those purple lines. So I'm actually going to make this, I don't know, maybe a yellow stroke. I'm going to give it a black stroke for now. Okay. If you notice, my circle is smaller than my subjects. That's fine. Go over to layers, drop this down, pull the circle behind my design. Okay. Now, if you notice, like I just noticed, I was like, I missed his face. Face off. Okay, so I'm going to shrink him first to fit the circle, okay? Whatever your subject is, keep that in mind. Okay, now I go back over here. Okay. Boop. Oopsie. Okay. So you could play at this game now. I'm going to press K. Now you'll have a face. There we go. So I got him pretty much set. Now, remember too with text, I'm going to just make this circle here, Control C, Control V, bring it over here. I'm going to turn off the fill. I don't even need the stroke on, honestly. Turn that off. Then I go to the text. When I do this, I'm going to click and hold it and put the text on here. Keep it simple. I'm going to select it all. And I'm going to make that bigger. Okay. Then I could change the font. Ooh, kind of like that one. And I could just make it like a red, the stroke on it. Stroke, I'm going to make like a green. Why not? It's vectoring. Christmas section. Okay, so here's the thing. So I do it like so. That's one concept. I kind of want to keep it in a circle pattern so then the sticker can get cut. So I'll go File, Export, Export as, Desktop, go as your name and sticker design 1. Okay, want to make sure my background is white. So I'm going to press OK. That's fine. Now with this one, I'm going to pull this back over because I actually don't like it at all. But who knows? It might be Christmas. They might be like, ooh. So I'm going to change the color of that. See how that looks. Okay, that's better. Then I could also change the position of it. And the one thing I will say is if you change the font, change other elements. Don't just change the font. So now I kind of want to change the background. That'll work. And Control C, Control V. Some elements, kind of like that one. And I could always play with it. Keep in mind, if it was on a flex day, I would actually be like really, really systematic with how I'm placing it. But hey, keep it simple. There we go. Okay, then I could go export as design 2. Okay, and there's 2 separate concepts. Oh, did I do both backgrounds yellow? Crap, I did. Okay. So let me change that background. That works. So I'm going to go File, Export, Export as 3. Hey, I changed the fonts enough to justify the new design. You know what I'm saying? There we go. And that's 3 designs right there. So keep that in mind. Okay, keep it simple. All right.